welcome back to another 31 Days of Horror 2016. As you can see, the lovely Leslie is joining me yet again because...
Don't say because.
Well, yeah. It was a movie she hadn't seen.
Yeah.
And oddly enough, this... Watch her expression.
What?
This is a film that was really, really well received. You saw that, right?
Oh.
All right. You already know what we're talking about. It's been in the title thingy and it's, whatever. But we're talking about Deadgirl. Deadgirl, yes. It was a 2008 film. Yeah, it says from the producer of Hellraiser and Heathers.
This is so not like...
Either of those movies.
How can they even put that...
I don't know.
Because when I read that, I was like, oh, I liked Heathers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't... Oh, my God.
Now, there are two quotes. Okay, there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quotes. No, there's 6. 6 quotes written on this DVD here. One says brilliant. That doesn't really say much. The hottest horror flick of the year. An immediate indie classic. Deadgirl will remind you of the best of Cronenberg. Cleverly written, stylishly directed, and morbidly fascinating. But there are only really 2 that I think work with this film. One is from Twitch, which has changed its name to, was it Screen Art Anarchy now? And they said, well, whoever did the review, sure to be one of the most talked about films of the year. I could see that. And Rex Reed said, don't say I didn't warn you.
I didn't read that one. Although I probably would have taken it in the context of like, oh, it's really gross. Well, it
is pretty gross.
In a good way, kind of. And no.
It's almost like a challenge if you think about it when you read something like that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, how do you even describe this movie?
Put it in the garbage.
It's a film essentially about 2 high school guys who find a dead girl. More, I guess you'd call her a living dead girl. Because she's essentially a zombie.
Uh-huh.
Right? Who's tied up in a basement somewhere for some reason.
An old abandoned hospital.
Yeah, some
basement.
old abandoned hospital psychiatric thing or something, I don't know. But she's like in the very, very basement, tucked away even. And they come upon her because it's abandoned. They're just, skipping school and doing whatever. Boys will be boys, wrecking crap because it's essentially it's garbage anyways, right? But and she has no clothes on.
No, because why would you have clothes on?
Why would you have clothes on? She's dead, right? And one guy is like, I'm not having any of this. Of course, they don't know she's dead. They think she's alive at this point. So one guy's, I'm not having any of this. And the other guy's like, well, I'm essentially going to have some fun with this. And I guess as viewers, we kind of already have, established before they have that she's not alive. But up until this point, you're like, okay, this is not cool. And yes, they proceed to turn this zombie into essentially their little toy of sorts. And yeah, it's still, it doesn't feel okay as much as you would say, like they've classified her as a zombie, blah blah blah.
Well, they didn't really classify her as anything. They didn't
No.
know what.
No, but they
like
said
not,
she's dead. She's not. There's no way she can be a living person.
No, there's
Right?
something
They
wrong
literally,
with her.
Put a cap in her ass, and
What?
they shoot her.
Yeah, but not in the butt.
No.
What?
Yeah, I guess you could take it that way.
Well,
They don't
yeah.
do that.
No.
Then it would have been a comedy. So yeah, they determined she's not alive.
Yeah.
And so yeah, they essentially, it spirals out from there. One of them still, tries to take the moral high ground, but he never does anything really about it. He tries to a few times to do something, but all he had to do was like call the cops. And
Because he never did anything to her.
no.
So.
No, right? But yeah, it progresses from, add more guys to the mix, and yeah, it
This just. Oh, so many things bothered me about this, but then the thing was how everybody was just like, wasn't a big deal. And like everybody's just hanging around, and I'm just thinking, is this seriously how guys are? Like seriously, that not even about her and that particular situation, but in general, like, oh yeah, I was just like, what the hell is wrong with these people?
yeah, it's like, I admit it, you are gonna have, some people who just aren't all there. Right, and you essentially go, that is the main bad guy, the character of JT.
Yeah,
he's messed up in his head, right? And you get that. I guess his other, I don't know, the other guy, I don't get him. Because normally you would think that you have the power struggle, you have the meek character, and you have the strong character, and the meek character only goes along with it because they're made. In this instance, the meek character is the guy who's essentially trying to, help her the few times, but he's never forced into it, right? Normally that would be the case when you're writing something like this. So he goes off. He's never really involved in that aspect of it, but other people are, and they just seem okay with it, right? To the point where you get like big jock characters who are supposed to be the alpha males, essentially, you would think. They just got through with beating somebody else up, and then they sort of got goaded into, doing things they shouldn't be doing. Which was weird. Like, they didn't take the initiative. They were initially being like, no man, we're not into this. This is not cool. But they're, the people who you would think would be the alpha males then turned into clearly a beta after, a couple of words. And that was a little weird, but whatever. Either way, you look at it, the guys in general, even the meek character, he isn't the greatest. And it's a very, like, misogynistic tale. It's very disturbing. Yeah, you got to be one sick puppy to be into something like this. It's odd. Like, I looked it up because the directors, I'd never heard of them before, and when I looked them up and see if they had never done anything, it's Marcel Sarmiento and Gady Harrell. So it's essentially co-directed, and they've never really done anything. They've done little things here and there, but nothing substantial. They haven't really amassed anything. The weird thing about this is the writer. I know the writer, like, not personally.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, oh god.
But it's Trent Haga, and he's done like a lot.
A lot of crap.
No, well, yes. The first film he wrote was a Toxic Avenger movie. And that was Toxic Avenger 4, Citizen Toxie. So that's the first thing. And then he's done Hell Asylum and Feeding the Masses. A lot of movies I'd probably do on the 31 days. Then, he did Deadgirl. And he went on Heebie Jeebies. But he did Cheap Thrills, which was at Toronto After Dark a couple of years ago. And that's a really good movie. Like, that's a really good... He's a really good writer. Like, this is a really well-written piece. As much as the subject matter is a little off-kilter, the way it's written and stuff, it's not that bad. And I think he has pretty decent writing chops as a writer. He just, obviously, as you can see, all the stuff he's written, he sort of lives in the dark when it comes to the type of movies he's in. But that's not where I know him from. See, he's also an actor.
Oh my god.
And he's done a lot. If you saw Tales of Halloween last year, he was the Nelson character from the Trick segment. He's been in Starry Eyes, The Pack 2. But he's Killjoy. He is Killjoy from all the Killjoy movies. And yeah, he's been in so many movies. That Ski Wolf. I mean, obviously he runs in I guess they're out of LA or something like that, right? It's just a group of them that obviously, help each other out, because you see that also with the people who are in this film as actors. And first up, we've got, I guess we will call him the Meek character, and that's Shiloh Fernandez. I didn't really know him, honestly. He didn't look familiar or anything like that. But he has been in a lot of movies. A lot of movies.
He had that look to him, well, in this one, of like the Twilight kind of character.
Kind of, yeah. The way they did up his hair and stuff like that. But yeah. Most recently, you'd probably know him from Evil Dead, the 2013 one. He was David. Did I do Red Riding Hood? I have it on the... I know I had it in my things to do for 31 Days of Horror. I don't know if I ever actually did it yet. Stakeland, just all sorts of stuff. Another Toronto After Dark movie, Red. He was in that, which it's a low budget indie, like a lot of these things.
Oh my gosh, it was one episode.
One episode,
okay.
Yeah. So I mean, he's done quite a bit, and and that was before and after. The one I knew right off the bat, and I have met him, and I've had beers with him, is the bad character in this movie, Noah Segan, the man we all come to love, and that, I mean, most people, I think this is kind of where people started to get to know him from, was this movie, because like I said, it was, got a lot of talk, a lot of critical kind of acclaim. But I met him at Toronto After Dark. Oh, geez, what year was that? It was way back when. I think it would have been after this. So, I'm guessing, I think it was the year after this. Yes, for Someone's Knocking at the Door. He came out for that one. And it's another one where bizarre film. Really, really crazy. But at least he's a pretty down-to-earth type of guy, which is good to know.
I don't know. If you can play these types of people, there's something a little off in you.
Well, because, a mutual acquaintance of ours, Sarah, she had a crush on him. So that was the reason why I had to meet Noah Segan.
Oh my god, did she see this
This is
movie?
why she had a crush on him.
From this movie?
I'm guessing, because where else would she have known him from?
Oh.
But yeah, he's there, and it was like, oh, we gotta go, and I'm like, what? And he's like, no, it's Noah Segan, we gotta go, and I was like, all right. So we're sitting down, we're drinking beer, and she's like, blah blah blah. So she's yapping and going on, and it's like gushing over this guy, right? Who I didn't know who the hell the guy was. I was like, Noah Segan, all right. So he was in Deadgirl. Oh, I've heard a lot of talk about it. I haven't watched the movie. Thank God I hadn't seen the movie before talking to this guy.
Her right now is a little shaky because I don't know how you could watch that and be like, ooh.
But yeah, it's funny. Like, I mean, the Frozen from 2012 is in my box of 31 Days of Horror. We might watch it later on this year. Starry Eyes, Redeemer. You know, there's so many films that these guys do, and they're all sort of, you know, it's like they have this group of people, and they get together. Now, there is a sort of a love interest and infatuation in this film. She doesn't do a lot, but I get why she's there. She's so you can get that whole ending and you know, damsel in distress type thing, and hopefully, you know, play that out. And that's played by Candace King, who some of you may know. I don't know if you ever watched it. Did you ever watch it?
No, I haven't.
No? I didn't think so, because you would have recognized her right off the bat. But she hasn't done a lot, because essentially she got locked into a television program. And she is Caroline Forbes from The Vampire Diaries. So if there's any fans of that, she is in this film. Now, she is not the dead girl. Don't, you know, think that. If you've got this image of her in your head from Vampire Diaries, don't worry about it. She's not the dead girl. She's the infatuation of the Meek character. But yeah, it's funny. You look at it, a lot of these people who were in this film and, you know, long careers and all this kind of stuff, you know, over 50 movies that they've been involved in. Then you get to her and it's like just over 10. Well, that's because she was doing television for a year. I think she's still doing it. I think it's still running, right? Vampire Diaries, I think it's still
Whatever,
running.
she got a good job. Keep it.
That's it, right? Like, if you get locked into these shows and it, you know, takes off, take the paycheck. Take the paycheck, because you know what? Steady work when it comes to acting sometimes is not a thing. So, yeah, I mean, that's essentially everybody, except for I guess the third man in, if you want to call him, Eric Podnar, as the Wheeler character. He looked gross, and he never really did anything. Been in a few other horror movies afterwards, but not much of anything. Though I do think 2 of them were in 616 Paranormal Incident. Haven't seen the movie yet. Probably sucks. Probably show up on 31 Days of Horror one day. It's Paranormal Incident. You probably would have picked that for tonight.
I probably would have. But that doesn't say anything, considering this was my choice.
I didn't say that. You just did.
Yeah.
Yeah, she picked this one.
Because I didn't know. Okay? Like, it just said, you know, they go into an abandoned... It did say that, right?
I don't know. I didn't read it.
It said that. So, no, so I thought, oh, okay, they go into an abandoned hospital, blah, blah, blah. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. It's one of those it's one of those films where, and honestly, like, you would think that the directors who would get behind this is their chance to make it like something controversial, so you get your name out there, and then you're supposed to use that momentum and be like, people are talking about this movie that we did, and, you know, go and do something, but they really didn't. So, yeah, like I said, looks good. I mean, it's well shot. the acting is all right. I mean,
I'm just really, really surprised that there wasn't a big, I don't know, big thing about it. Like, oh, why would you do that? Because, and I can't say anything, but before we even watched the movie, I commented and I said, I don't know if I'm gonna like this kind of thing, because if stuff happens, I can't.
Yeah. It's like you knew what the movie was going to be about,
No, I didn't.
and you still picked it.
No.
She's not like that.
Oh God.
See? I told you.
No, I so didn't know.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's... In terms of it's a well-made film, but the subject matter is just... I don't know. It's not necessarily my cup of tea. Put it that way.
Good.
Yeah.
Because
I think she was waiting for my reaction to this film as to whether we would be together again tomorrow type thing. I don't know.
well, we have to have a serious talk. Oh my God. Why are you looking like that? We don't have to have a serious talk. Now you're making me wonder.
Yeah.
Why are you saying that?
Yeah, so Deadgirl is not a film to watch with your girlfriend unless you know your girlfriend really, really well, and this would be something that she'd be into.
No, it doesn't matter. I'm not into that or whatever. And did I make
No,
a big like?
but neither of us knew what the film was about.
No.
Like, this is the thing. We were watching it blind. I just knew that a lot of people, you know, really were... It got critics, and they said it was a really good film. That's all I knew. I didn't know anything else about it.
Okay, but if you knew, would you still watch it?
I would have watched it, but I wouldn't have had you watch it.
Why?
Because... Hello?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
But I didn't freak out or anything.
No, I mean...
But I was not happy.
No, it wasn't a pleasurable, entertaining film, right?
No, and it's not even... You make me watch a lot of stuff that's
Yes.
not pleasurable, entertaining.
Yeah, but and that's what I'm saying.
This is just
This
wrong.
Yeah, it falls under the category of wrong.
Yes.
It's disturbing for all the wrong reasons, I guess you would say, right? And of course, I know some people are watching this going, "Oh, disturbing for all the wrong reasons." Yeah, that's the kind of movie I want to watch. Which, you know what? All right, Anya, that's fine. If necrophilia is your thing, hey, right here. It's not erotic. There's nothing erotic about this film.
I felt watching it, I felt like I was doing something illegal.
Well, I felt dirty. I'm not gonna lie. I felt,
Yeah.
you know, yeah. Especially there is a scene regarding bullet holes later on.
God. Oh my God.
And thank God the filmmakers made the choice of not really showing anything.
So thought they were.
I know.
So thought
I
that.
know. I know. Because the dialogue that happened during that scene really made me think they were going to go down that path.
Mm-hmm.
And
I wouldn't have been able to look. Oh God.
yeah, I almost vomited during that scene because it was gross enough as it was. But yeah, we'll just say there are some very, very wrong things about what goes on in this film.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not going to give it a recommend, and it's pretty obvious neither will Leslie.
No. Okay, you have to do the star thing.
We'll see.
No, I'll give you 2 chances here. Okay.
2 chances.
Yes.
Okay, what am I? What
You
is
get
this?
to do it 2 times. Once. Wait, that's not gonna work. Because I know you would give it like something because of the overall whatever, not the subject matter, right?
Yeah.
But then I'm not gonna like that you're giving it something, so I'll give you a chance to give it 0,
Okay.
and then
In terms of entertainment value, it's a 0. In terms of quality of the actual film and how it's made, it's almost a 3. It's almost a 3. It is a very well made film. But yeah, I guess when you take that and you take the 0 and you take that, it's 1.5.
Yeah, because see, for the subject matter alone, it's like minuses. I just decided we could do that.
Oh, apparently.
So,
New rating
yes.
system just implemented now.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. But, I mean, there was a couple parts in there that I found kind of... It sounds bad that I found a couple things kind of funny, right?
Uh-huh. Well, there are a few moments. But I don't know... Because this is the thing. I laughed. You heard me laugh. Mm-hmm. But... were we finding it funny because we were so disgusted and disturbed by what was going on in the film in general? Like, if it was just in a normal film, would we still find those scenes funny? To the degree that we did. Like, that you actually, chuckle or laugh out loud or...
I can't give any examples, so this is hard. But, okay, like the one instance where the Wheeler guy kind of... something happened to him.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm talking about?
No. Something happened to Wheeler, okay.
And he deserved it, I thought.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So when that happened, if that was just in a regular... And then, there was comments after, and so, I would... laugh about that. That was just kind of funny.
The way it was presented was
even though what
comical.
Happened was not funny, right? But
I can see that. I laughed at it too.
Yeah.
Because he comes across kind of like the stoner character, and so when you think of him like that, and you put him in that perspective, it becomes kind of comical. Of course, you have no idea what we're talking about. Unless you've seen the movie, then you might.
Yeah.
It's kind of the climax, so if that helps. But yeah.
So, it was about my stars.
Yes, your stars. Back to your stars.
And then I kind of saw, okay, this is where this is going. You know what's going to happen, or,
Well, it goes there pretty quickly.
Yeah, and so then I was just like, okay, there is like a story here. I know what's going on. It's not that. Mind you, like I said, taking, just forget about that part. The main whole part of the movie. And no, but it was okay. It was not a horrible, horrible movie. And not that I liked it, but I think it was better than, what was that last one that I saw? The first one? The day one? What the heck was that called? What was it called?
I don't know. What did we watch first?
There's too many movies. No, you have to go back and search.
It's in the playlist. Go back.
Yeah, so anyways, that first one, I found this one better without that. Because that disgusted me, and I just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth, essentially, right? But you can see the quality behind the film compared to that first film.
And probably because this is not artsy, whatever.
Yeah, yes.
So it was more.
What was that movie?
I
kept saying it was art house. I don't remember. Whatever.
Yeah. It was day one.
In and out. So yeah, there you go. There are our thoughts on Deadgirl, because I'm sure we could ramble on and say pretty much the same thing over and over again. But we won't. We'll let you decide whether you want to see it or not. Again, we're not recommending you do so.
No.
But I wouldn't recommend you see Serbian film either. But a lot of people search that one out. You did not.
I did.
That's another video for another day, folks. Thanks for watching. Till next video, take care. Have a good one.